As games have evolved, so too have the genres that define them. Over time, the lines between genres have blurred, blending action, adventure, role-playing, and more into experiences that are often difficult to categorize. However, these genres still serve an important purpose. They showcase the incredible diversity and creativity that only games can truly offer us as gamers.
Each genre offers something unique, from the thrill of fast-paced combat to the depth of richly told story or the strategy of solving complex puzzles. Tonight, we honor the best each genre has to offer, shining a spotlight on the games that pushed boundaries, set new standards, and left a lasting impact on us in 2024.
The sound of coins clinking on the cabinet, the smell of stale sweat and cigarette smoke, and the nerves of competition. Oh, the nostalgia of arcades. Fighting games have been a driving force behind the evolution of video games. They combine well-balanced mechanics, smart strategies, and intense competition, allowing us to test our abilities. Mechanics like precise timing and complex combos reward mastery, making each match feel like a unique challenge. We would also be remiss if we didn't mention the biggest draw, their diverse roster of characters, each with distinct moves and over-the-top backstories. Fighting games are a true pinnacle of competitive gaming. Here are the nominees for Best Fighting Game 2024. Blazing Strike by Rare Breed Makes Games. Multiverses by Player First Games. Tekken 8 by Bandai Namco. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero by Spike Chunsoft. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Rising by Arc System Works. And the boss key goes to
Believe in yourself.
Tekken 8 by Bandai Namco.
Hi, Boss Rush fans. My name is MJ Kuhn. I am a fantasy and science fiction author and a video game fanatic. And I'm here today to talk specifically to the Assassin's Creed fans in the house. I'm talking to everyone. But if you are a fan of games like Assassin's Creed, or you've been a fan of books like Mistborn or The Lies of Locke Lamora, or you're craving fiction that has all of the magic and betrayal elements of a Game of Thrones mixed with the humor and crime fiction elements of Ocean's 11, boy, do I have the books for you. It's my series, The Tales of Timor duology, Among Thieves, and the sequel, Thick as Thieves. So these books follow 6 thieves that team up to steal a magical artifact, but every member of our heist team is secretly planning to betray the rest of the crew and take the loot for themselves and for their own reasons. So if you are a fan of humor and action and a little bit of skullduggery, check out my completed duology, The Tales of Timor. It's available wherever books are sold.
Hey guys, it's Baron J67 with LV1 Gaming. We're a video game website that focuses on news, reviews, and everything in between. You can find all of our content at lv1gaming.com, and if you're looking to watch our video content, youtube.com/lv1gaming20. Now, let me talk about how I met these great folks here at Boss Rush. Now, I've This is my first time going to a big live gaming event, and I'm over at PAX. I believe it was PAX East, and I just see this horde of journalists, photographers, content creators, people mic'd up. I thought these guys were the news, and they are video game news. And Boss Rush really moves in force, and it's something amazing to see. And they definitely made me feel welcome, especially me being there with a small team, if not by myself, at these events. So to see them move like a family and collect content, and everywhere you turn at these major events, you see somebody from Boss Rush. It's inspiring. And then I'm also just truly grateful that they gave me this opportunity to be here today. I'm excited to have been invited to present the Boss Key for Best Strategy Game at the 2024 Bossies. Great strategy games emphasize planning and decision making over quick action, pushing players to craft and adapt their strategies using elements like tactics, diplomacy, and exploration. The best games strike a perfect balance between depth and clarity, delivering rewarding progression and a sense of urgency and an endless replayability. With intuitive design and dynamic challenges, they create unforgettable experiences that keep players coming back for more. Metal Slug Tactics by Lightyear Studio. Kunitsigami Path of the Goddess by Capcom. Frostpunk 2 by 11-Bit Studios. Unicorn Overlord by Vanillaware. Manor Lords by Slavic Magic. The Boss Key for Best Strategy Game 2.
The world stands consumed by immense evil. A fallen prince shall rise again. Ring of legend lighting his
Unicorn
path.
Overlord by Vanillaware.
That is the Ring of the Unicorn, ancestral treasure of Cornea's royal lineage. Legend speaks of your ancestors wielding it to purify evil.
Yet the answer is clear as day now. The path before us is laid bare, and all that remains now is to walk it. Walk it I will, Mother.
going on, gamers? This is Adam Gumbert from Respawn Aimfire, the Kick-Ass Reverend Gaming Podcast, brought to you by Affable Idiots. I'm honored to be here today. Corey personally invited me. I actually met a lot of the Boss Rush crew at PAX. PAX is a great place. Met up with some amazing people, had panels, had a good time, and I was more than excited to come on and announce an award for probably the best category in the entire awards ceremony. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm thrilled to be here at the 2024 Bossies to present the Boss Key for Best Sports or Simulation Game. This category honors games that capture the heart-pounding rush of competition, whether it's pulling off that bold game-winning interception, go Big Blue, crossing the finish line by the nose of your car, or the satisfaction of perfecting the landing of your first flight. These titles excel at delivering refined mechanics, strong fundamentals, and an immersive sense of realism, bringing modern sports, racing, and simulation experiences to life. They remind us why we love the thrill of the game and the power of virtual worlds to push our skills and imaginations to new heights. Here are the nominees for Best Sports or Simulation Game. Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown by Kyloton. EA Sports College Football 25 by EA Orlando. Flight Simulator 2024 by Asobo Studio. NBA 2K25 by Visual Concepts. Neo Sprint by Headless Chicken Games. And the Boss Key goes to EA Sports College Football 25 by EA Orlando.
What's up, everybody? This is Brody and Nick from WASD and Beyond podcast. We are a podcast that focuses mainly on video games, but we do a little bit of pop culture. We release one episode every Friday, and we would greatly appreciate if you would check that out. But today we are here celebrating video games and Boss Rush and the community. We've known Boss Rush for quite some time now, I think going on about 6 years. I met them pretty much through Twitter, kind of stumbled across Corey by pure happenstance and have been good friends with him since.
Yeah, we were lucky enough to bump into Boss Rush on Twitter as well. WASD and Beyond had just started at that point, and I believe Boss Rush, Nintendo Pow Block, and I think Ed. Those were the three accounts I first saw that popped up on WASD and Beyond's likes and follows, and I was like, cool. And then it was just from there we all became really good friends, and it was just awesome. we grew our own community, merged communities, and we've just been friends ever since.
It's really been an awesome ride. It's great seeing these guys grow and do all sorts of cool things. And I mean, now we're doing an awards show and presenting a close category for us, I would say. This is something that we care deeply about. And so we're thrilled to present the Boss Key for Best Shooter at the 2024 Bossies.
A great shooter delivers the thrill of being the action hero through responsive controls, engaging combat, and smart design. It boasts a well-balanced arsenal where every weapon and tool feels distinct and impactful, paired with immersive storytelling brought to life through polished visuals, explosive sound, and for us PC nerds, high frame rates. Yeah, pretty much. Multiplayer extends the excitement beyond the campaign, demanding smart teamwork and creating competition with both friends and other players across the world. Add in new maps, unique skins, and new content updates. These games always keep us coming back for more.
Let's take a look at the nominees for Best Shooter.
Warmth of the sun on my face.
Destiny 2: The Final Shape.
And around every corner.
Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl by GSC Game World. Wizardom by Emberheart Games. Helldivers 2 by Arrowhead.
They would kill each
Call of Duty Black Ops 6 by Raven Software and Treyarch. And the boss key goes to...
Become a legend.
Helldivers 2.
Join the Helldivers, the galaxy's last line of offense.
Hello, folks. My name is Chris, and I'm here representing the Franchise Festival podcast. We're a book club style show where we go through the development, gameplay, and story of individual entries in a historically significant video game franchise each season. Today, I'd like to tell you about my 3 favorite games of 2024. First up is UFO 50, which is a collection of 50 small games designed in the style of 1980s console titles, but without any of the friction that you normally associate with games from that era. Second is Astrobot, a PlayStation exclusive, where you control an adorable robot named Astro as you go through Mario Galaxy-inspired 3D platformer stages, and rescue other adorable little robots dressed up as characters from the last 30 years of PlayStation history. Finally, I'd recommend Balatro, which is a deck-building roguelike that uses poker as the structure, but doesn't require much familiarity with the actual game of poker to play. I've played it for about 200 hours on my Switch, and expect to be playing it for years to come. If you'd like to hear more from me, you can visit patreon.com/franchisefestival or type Franchise Festival into your preferred podcast app. You can hear us talking about series like The Legend of Zelda, Resident Evil, Mega Man, and in 2025, BioWare's Mass Effect. We'd love to have you along for the ride, folks. Thank you.
Hey everyone, this is Clint with Spreading the Nerd, reporting in for the 2024 Bossies and my favorite games of the year. This was a tough one. There were so many good games this year. I'm mostly into RPGs more than anything, so this was the year of RPGs for sure. It's going to be my first one, and most likely my game of the year overall is going to be Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth. This one hit me by surprise. I like the Yakuza Like a Dragon games anyways, but man, this one was just so much fun. There was some things that could have been better from technical standpoints or whatever, but the story was really good. Side characters were fleshed out so well for this style of RPG. The over-the-top character classes and stuff really blew me away, and just the fun factor of the mini games, boss fights, just everything. I loved that game more than I should have. Yeah, so that's probably going to be my game of the year. And keeping with the RPGs, and which I thought was going to be a shoo-in for game of the year for me with like no competition. Second on my list is going to be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I know for a lot of people, Final Fantasy VII is near and dear to their hearts, and especially me. I grew up with it. It was one of my first Final Fantasy games, one of the first games I played on the PlayStation, and it's stuck with me ever since. So being able to replay these completely updated has been phenomenal for me. The music, the characters, the retelling of the story with added stuff. The only thing that kept this one back from me from being like super amazing was the side quests. Actually, I did not like many of them, and the pacing was just really, really off for me. But nonetheless, a fantastic game that I'm not ashamed. I got a little teary-eyed at the ending. Can't wait for the third one. Third on the list, and just to mix it up from one extreme to another, probably Space Marine 2. I love shooters as well, and that was just a phenomenal shooter. It felt so good. It played so good. You really felt like the guns, the impacts of the fighting. The story was well done. Graphics were top tier. Sound effects were great. The multiplayer was so much fun. I can't wait to delve into it more. I've been so busy with the 500 other games we all got this year. So Some honorable mentions real quick, because there are so many. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown that came out at the beginning of this year. I'm not usually into Metroidvania style games, and that was one of the first games I played this year. I completed it, and it kind of brought back my love for Metroidvanias. So that's definitely up there. Terrible that studio closed, but anyways, that's a whole different subject before I get into that. And then Dragon Age Veilguard. I was looking forward to this game. It could have made it to the top 3. I just haven't had time to finish it. I'm only in it about 20 hours. But I'm loving it. I love what they did with the combat, the story, everything like that. So yeah, that's my list, everyone. Also a huge shout out to everyone in the community at Boss Rush. You folks had me on for a couple episodes and segments, and it was right at the start of me starting my podcast. So it kind of got me out of my shell. So a huge thank you to everyone that's involved at Boss Rush and the community. And I hope to see you folks some more. Have a good one. Thanks.
Hello, Boss Rush fam. I'm Sarah Schaffstall, co-founder and marketing director for Astral Clocktower Studios, the indie developers behind your favorite feline-themed adventure, Kristala. Kristala is a dark fantasy action RPG featuring Sekiro-inspired combat, acrobatic parkour, and tons of stealth and exploration to uncover a detailed story. You play as a magic-wielding feline warrior from one of 6 clans, each with its own unique magic specialty. Your goal? Master the ancient magics of the Sacred 6 crystals as you gradually unravel the source of a dark and mysterious curse. Kristala is currently in early access on Steam and releasing in 7 thrilling, action-packed chapters. Our second installment just launched in October and introduces both the spell tree for our Ice Magic clan and the spooky gameplay levels for our beloved Necromancy clan. Sink your claws into the trailer for Chapter 2 to see all the magic of Kristala in action. If you like what you've seen so far of Kristala, stay tuned for a major new update dropping in just a few short weeks. And don't miss our 3rd chapter coming to Steam in early March. Both our free demo and early access release are available right now. As a huge lover of ARPGs and action-adventure titles, I'm incredibly thrilled to present the award for Best Action Game at the 2024 Bossies. Great action games captivate players with thrilling, fast-paced gameplay, responsive controls, fluid combat, and challenges that push reflexes and strategy to the limit. Games like Dark Souls and Elden Ring elevate the genre with methodical, high-stakes combat, intricate world-building, and precise mechanics that reward both patience and mastery. On the other hand, stylish action titles like Bayonetta, Devil May Cry, and Stellar Blade deliver high-energy, combo-driven combat with cinematic flair, featuring flashy moves, jaw-dropping set pieces, and unforgettable characters. Whether through the punishing intensity of Souls-like design or the dazzling spectacle of stylish action, the best action games offer an unparalleled rush for fans of the genre. Without further ado, here are the nominations for Best Action Game. Astrobot by Team Asobi. Helldivers 2 by Arrowhead. Black Myth Wukong by Game Science. Stellar Blade by Shift Up.
This is my battle.
Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2 by Saber Interactive. And the boss key goes to Helldivers 2 by Arrowhead.
Become a legend.
It's truly been an honor to collaborate with the Boss Rush family, and we're incredibly honored to be able to support the Boss Rush community, team, and network, as well as exciting gaming initiatives like the Bossies.
Good evening. I'm Chris Force Davis. I'm the founder of the Black Gamer League. And the Black Gamer League is a networking community that I thought of. It's my brainchild. I wanted to connect more Black, African American, people of color together, because I feel as though when we are moving throughout the game industry, everyone needs support. And, unfortunately, we do not necessarily always have support in all spaces. So I wanted to make sure that the people that look like me had a place to go, connect, and grow together. So I am super appreciative of being a part of this event tonight, because Boss Rush has been a part of my journey, really from the beginning. One of my very first interviews where I was able to speak about what the Black Gamer League was on the Boss Rush podcast. And since then, I've been in connection with Corey and the crew, and I've loved everything they've been doing to represent gaming, to give people like me a platform. And I am very much so honored to be here tonight. So I'm thrilled to be presenting the Boss Key for Best Action Adventure Game at the 2024 Bossies. A great action game captivates players with an engaging story and memorable characters that allow us as players to join them on their journeys. It offers exciting combat, challenging puzzles, and opportunity for exploration, encouraging players to uncover hidden secrets and tackle various challenges. Well-designed environments spark curiosity and invite discovery, while smooth controls and engaging progress systems enhance the overall experience. Together, these elements make for a thrilling adventure that keeps us on edge and on our seats until the credits roll. That's what gaming is all about. I'm honored to be here. The nominees for Best Action Adventure Game are Batman, Arkham Shadow by Camouflage, Indiana Jones, The Great Circle by Machine Games, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown by Ubisoft, The Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom by Grezzo, Senua Saga, Hellblade 2 by Ninja Theory. And the Boss Key goes to...
Right now I'm looking into the disappearance of my sister, and I believe Emmerich Boss is responsible.
Indiana Jones, The Great Circle by Machine Games,
boss certainly does. He believes it'll secure his place in history. I'll have to study it some more. A circle must be complete to what? There's always a trigger.
A great narrative-driven game or visual novel draws players into an unforgettable story, leaving a lasting emotional impact. With relatable characters, rich settings, and themes like love, loss, or morality, it creates a world that feels alive. Stunning visuals, engaging dialogue, and a moving soundtrack brings the story to life. Unlike other mediums, games make the players active participants, where every choice and action shapes the narrative. This unique interactivity not only deepens immersion, but also makes the story personal, offering an emotional and dynamic way to experience storytelling. Here are the nominees for Best Narrative-Driven Game or Visual Novel. Farewell North by Kyle Banks and Moon Eye Studios. Until Then by Polychroma. 1000 Times Resist by Sunset Visitor. Another Code Recollection by Arc System Works and Nintendo. Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth by Capcom. And the boss key goes to
For a future far from sin or incineration.
1000 Times Resist by Sunset Visitor.
Just flowers in a garden of her making. Soon will grow beautiful.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's the 2024 Boss Rush Games of the Year, the Bossies. I'm just really honored to be a part of it, just a small part that I play, and be a part of the community that everyone's built here. And so I'm here to give you my top 5 games I can count of the 2024. I didn't play everything. There's a lot I haven't got to. Metaphor Fantasia right at the top. But these are the 5 games that I think, personally, for me, were the best. I'm going to go with number 5, Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2, I don't play games like that. I don't play games that keep you online, keep you going, and I still don't, because I don't really play Helldivers 2 right now. But at the time that I did, I really enjoyed it. It got me playing with my friends again. It got me to just enjoy stupid gaming. Like, it's just the game doesn't even make sense half the time, but it's just really fun. I haven't played a game where it's just like, all right, we're gonna go in, we're just not gonna know what's gonna happen. There's no set story. It's the lore is ridiculous. They're still sending me crazy stuff on Twitter and through my email saying I need a list or whatever. I ain't doing that. I've been skipping out, but I gotta say that it was really enjoyable for the time that I did play it. And if we all just had more time, maybe I would keep playing it. Number 4, I'm going to give to, and I'm probably going to butcher this, Tales of Kinzara. I got to say, I'm not real big on Metroidvanias, but I had to give this one a shot just from the discourse going around, everyone being stupid and crazy about it. Let me tell you, this game rules. This game is awesome. It's really easy to play. Like, it's smooth like butter. And it's got a real story. It's not like one of these things where I got to go on Reddit and be like, oh, what is the toad and the frog and the pond, but the pond is deaf and all this stuff. No, I don't need all that. Just give me a straightforward story. I really like that about this game. Straight from the heart. No, like, I gotta think with my mind about what's going on here. Nothing like that. This is ridiculous. I don't know why I'm even doing this. Number three, College Football 25 listen, this might have been my number one. It was my number one most played game of this year, but I'm angry at it right now for many reasons. But I gotta say, it's the game I've been wanting for a long time. Just let me play college football with my friends. Got all my brothers back into playing games with each other. Just a real good time, except, I took things too seriously. And I promise, if you see up here, there's a broken ceiling fan. That was not from the game. I swear, it was not from the game. I just tripped. Number two, I was real tempted to put Balatro as my number one because of the cult, but I can't do it. It's number two this year. I mean, it is a roguelike card game. What else do I need to know? Slay the Spire, golden. Inscription, even better. But Balatro, man. Balatro's took over my life. I bought it on PlayStation. I bought it on the Switch. I bought it on Xbox. I bought it on my PC. I don't even play PC. I bought it on my iPad. I bought it on my iPhone. I bought it on the fridge. Actually, I don't have one of those fridges. I got a cheap fridge. It's got nothing in it. But it's incredible. You have to play Balatro. If you haven't played Balatro, what are you doing? Like, seriously, what are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? Number one, Astrobot. It's number one. I grew up a PlayStation kid from PS1 all the way up. That was like a non-stop just love for Balatro. See, Balatro's taken over already. Astrobot, number one, PlayStation love galore. It's just beautiful. And the platforming, yeah, it's easy. It's an easy game, but it's a beautiful game. And that's all I really care about. I'm getting old. I don't have time to be good. I don't have time to play Cuphead anymore. Give me more easy platforming games. Give me more easy games. I don't even care. Astrobot, number one. Those are my top 5. Boss Rush, I love you. 2024 was great. I can't wait to see what y'all do in 2025. And yes, I will be on as many episodes as I possibly can. But I promise to be on more this year. I'm not going to make that promise, but I will be on more this year. See ya.
Hey folks, what's going on? Justin Masson here with Nintendo Dads. Hey, hi, how are you? Nice to be here. Big thanks to the Boss Rush Network for inviting me on, and I want to share with you what my favorite 3 games are of 2024. And man, it's been an interesting year for Nintendo, no doubt. We've got the Switch 2 on the horizon. We can see the sun rising on it. There's so many rumors, speculation, and I don't think Nintendo really understood what they probably had to do in 2024, so it was a very mixed bag. But I've got 3 of my favorite games and experiences that I'm going to share with you. Number 1 actually started the year off strong, which is Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. This game has been running through my brain since I played it in January, and then the DLC came out, and if you have missed this game or forgotten about it, I can guarantee you it's on sale right now. You should check it out. Such a fantastic game. Then, another game that really stood out for me, Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Are you kidding me right now? What if you take like Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, smash it in to like a Link to the Past kind of 2D isometric Zelda game focused on Zelda? Boom. That was such an incredible experience, and I loved every single moment of playing it. That was the quintessential Nintendo magic that we love to see. And rounding it off, my other favorite moments of playing video games, my favorite game, it's got to be Super Mario Party Jamboree. Of course it does. Probably the best Mario Party. Well, definitely on the Switch. I would argue probably the best Mario Party ever. I think Nintendo did everything right with this game. The online functionality, the boards, the games, all of the sort of ability to build your own experience, I thought was absolutely critical. This was actually a game that we gave out to our friends during the holiday season so we could play online with them. And so such a fantastic, fantastic game, which we absolutely, absolutely loved. Speaking of like incredible experiences, I'm going to give a couple shout outs for incredible experiences that we had this year. Nintendo Dad celebrated 10 years and 500 episodes of our podcast. That was such a cool experience for us. We got to share that with our community. We had some content creators share their experiences with us as well. And we're so excited for 2025 and all the amazing games and console launches and the hype and the excitement and the engagement of our community. So we're greatly excited for that. That has been 2024. Hey, if you would like, feel free to follow us, Nintendo Dads. Literally just type in Nintendo Dads, and we're on Instagram, Facebook, X. We're on TikTok, and I don't understand why. All of those places. But Nintendo Dads, we've got a podcast. You can find that as well. Big thanks to the Boss Rush Network, Corey, the whole team over there, for having us over for your award ceremony. It's awesome to be invited. We love connecting with fellow content creators. So thanks for including us. We appreciate it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kate Sanchez, editor-in-chief and co-founder of ButWhyThough.net. And I am really excited to be a part of the 2024 Bossies here today, presenting the Boss Key for Best Role-Playing Game. It's fantastic to see what Corey's been able to build over here at Boss Rush Media, and I'm just excited to be a part of it in this amazing community. So, without further ado, we all know that 2024 was an incredible year for RPGs, delivering epic adventures with rich storytelling and immersive worlds that have captivated us. This year introduced brand new stories like Metaphor Fantasio, expanded beloved franchises with Visions of Mana, and continued to reimagine a true classic with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. These games struck the perfect balance between challenge and accessibility, rewarded curiosity, and made our choices feel meaningful, ultimately delivering experiences that were personal, impactful, and unforgettable. It's clear we're living in a new golden era for RPGs, and I, for one, am excited to be here. Here are the nominations for Best Role-Playing Game.
The tournament for the
Metaphor Fantasio by Studio Zero and Atlas.
Our first trial is to slay a monster.
Who's the precious
Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth by RGG Studio.
for this, Kasuga? Let's do this.
Dragon Age The Veilguard by BioWare.
Times in which legends are born or slain.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth by Creative Business Unit 1 and Square Enix.
Sometimes.
Visions of Mana by Aoka Studios and Square Enix. And the Boss Key goes to... Metaphor Fantasio by Studio Zero and Atlas.
You're in this race to become king, are you?
Not exactly. I'd treat all tribes equally.
Each ally of a different tribe. Fascinating.
The atmosphere, the tension, the looming threat? No, we're not talking about your grandparents' creepy basement, but one of our favorite genres here at Boss Rush, horror. Great horror games mix eerie visuals, unsettling sound, immersive storytelling, and sometimes unusual camera angles to create a constant sense of fear and unease. They keep us on edge by limiting resources, throwing in unpredictable enemies, and using silence to make every sound feel important. While some rely on one-liners, gore, or jump scares, the best horror games tap into our deepest fears, whether psychological or supernatural. It's this combination of fear, suspense, and surprise that makes horror games so gripping, leaving us terrified yet wanting more. It's time to present the nominees for Best Horror Game of 2024. Crow Country by SFB Games. Silent Hill 2 Remake by Bloober Team. Fear of the Spotlight by Cozy Game Pals.
I'm happy here.
Silent Hill: A Short Message by Hexadrive. Still Wakes the Deep by the Chinese Room. And the boss key goes to
Can't laugh!
Stay with me. Don't leave me alone again. You're supposed to take care of me.
I know what you are. I know why I needed you. But it's all over now. I don't need you anymore.
As we've seen, each genre brings something truly special to the world of gaming. Whether it's speed running, those hard levels in Astral, the relationship building of Final Fantasy, or the competition of college football, these games showcase the incredible amount of creativity and diversity that games have to offer. The evolution of genres reflects how gaming continues to grow, offering unique ways to connect with us.
Though the line between genres may blur, their importance remains undeniable, each offering distinct experiences that resonate with gamers in powerful ways. Congratulations to the winners for setting new standards and pushing boundaries, reminding us all why we love gaming in all its forms.
What's up, guys? Just wanted to take a minute and stop by and tell you how much the TCP community and the podcast means to me. I found some lifelong friends in a game that's my favorite game. And with this community that you guys have built and with the podcast that you guys do, I've made some lifelong friends. I found my fire team in game and in life. And so in that regard, I want to say thanks. And I enjoy being in the community. I enjoy helping out. And you guys do an amazing job. We know that Josh gets a little negative sometimes and Corey's got to put him back in his spot. But I love it here. I love the community. I love what you guys are doing. Keep up the good work. Peace out.
Hi, I'm Safi.
And I'm Mystic.
And we're Lore Together, a husband and wife team that goes over all the storytelling, world building, and characters of video games because it's what we like to do together. We lore together. Yep. And thank you, Corey, for inviting us to help celebrate the Bossies. We're honored to be part of this network, and we're honored to join you this time where we talk about this past year of gaming for us, which is always interesting because
we are solidly in the past most of the time when it comes to gaming.
We did have some video game moments this year, so we're just going to talk about the top 5 episodes. It was fun for us to record and then play in front of an audience.
Some are old games, some are new or new to this year.
Exactly. And with that, we are starting with the really weird with episode 108, Power Wash Simulator. So if you don't know what we do in our podcast, we talk about, as I said before, world building, storytelling, and characters in video games. So you would not think Power Wash Simulator would fit that bill.
Yes, the most common comment we got was, this has a story?
Oh, not only does it have a story, it has the wildest story you could imagine.
It was definitely one of the slower streams we did. Like, the story is crazy, the story is great, but that gameplay is calming and relaxing.
Yeah, you're there for the ride, man. It's not until the end that it's a crazy, fast, wild ride. So, Next, we actually covered the World of Mist and the Lord of Mist a lot this year. So kind of clumped together our episodes that covered the Book of Tiana episodes 111 and 112, along with the episode that talked about the Riven remake, episode 117.
Yes. We have a lot of Myst fans in our regular stream viewers and in our Patreon supporters, and so it's always fun to have them kind of come in and offer stuff that we missed or info on things that I didn't even know about. So for our Book of Tiana stuff, we played Myst Online. Which, yes, there is a Myst MMO if you were not aware.
And it's still going strong
Still going strong. And then the Riven remake, where they just dropped a huge amount of new lore into a game from 97.
The expansion of the world and how the kind of weird metaphysics fantasy works in the Myst series within this Riven remake was outstanding to see. So always happy to go back to that world. Next was one that surprised me when we covered it, because most of the time Mystic does the research and I'm surprised. And I was really glad we got the opportunity to talk about Homeworld in episode 114.
Mm-hmm.
I don't play real-time strategy games, especially 3D. Real-time strategy games really messed me up. If you guys watched the live stream of that, it was pretty pathetic. But the story that we told was captivating in a way that I wish more video games embraced. Complicated, long histories coming together fruition to talk about bigger ideas, all when you're trying to go pew-pew with spaceships. It's insane.
Right. And it's kind of one of those classic stories of finding home.
Yes. Then, many of you longtime listeners will not be surprised to know that the Dragon Age episodes have made the list. We talked about the Veilguard trailer that came out was so exciting. I had to talk about all the companions. And it turned out I was right about stuff that the wiki was wrong about at the time. So I'm very proud of my research. So 115 we covered the companions themselves. And in 126 we talk about an Inquisition, the choices that carry over and how they should carry weight into Veilguard as you play through it. And I'll let people who actually finished it be the deciders of that. But I just love this world. I love coming back to it. I love the crazy twists and turns it takes on a lot of classic fantasy tropes and makes them unique and different and saying really intriguing things.
And as much as you like coming back to that one of my favorites has been getting back into Guild Wars in our recent episodes. I've had friends who listened to it who texted me afterwards or watched your stream of it when we played a Char, telling me that I want to get back into Guild Wars now. I forgot how much fun it is to play in this game.
It is, and even though it's got a lot of the classic MMO gameplay and structure in it, it's got a lot of interesting things it does with how you can build your character and how your character interacts with the world, giving you something that's, you know, in MMOs interestingly unique and individualized, yet at the same time kind of fostering a community feel of a bunch of individuals doing something grander together.
Yeah.
So those were the top 5 episodes we loved recording this year. And we're once again so honored to be part of the Boss Rush Network and to be invited to talk about it at the Bossies and celebrate all the great gaming in 2024. We will definitely be spending a lot of time diving into more fictional worlds in 2025. It's going to be a great time for that. Thanks for joining us. We hope that if you haven't yet given us a listen, give us a listen. And of course, as always, Boss Rush covering all the great new news, video games.
Yep.
After Dark's hilarious. And, you know, and we're just glad to call them, you know, not only fellow podcasters, but, you know, our friends.
Yep.
So,
Thank you.
Thank you so much to 2025. Woo!
Yay.